Centenary Bank works with MasterCard. I think Mr. Barikudembe is around here. With MasterCard on the issues of the youth. Let's have Catholic Innovation Challenge. Let's have what you call an exhaustive impact, social impact scorecard, and we're able to measure what the youth of this parish are doing. And we need to have something active. So when you finish Mass, there has to be something else you can do at the parish. Learn tailoring, learn how to cook, learn things that are done in this very institution where we stand. Let's create structures for that. Can they be funded? Absolutely. They can be funded through innovative, collaborative frameworks with other people. The youth. That's the future of this country. It's the future of the church. So we need to do something with the youth. Then we connect the youth to Catholic influencer networks who are composed of business people, members of academia, members of the media, especially Catholics in diaspora. How do we connect them to our youth? How do we connect them? And we also encourage the church, getting people married without an investment plan, without a personal financial resilience. I'm sorry, like I told you, I'm very humble speaking to the people who educated me, who brought me up. But I think the conversation should be clear that in the counseling that goes on before marriage, we need some investment questions to be asked. Some say, you are not a man unless you have 2-3 assets which generate income. Otherwise, you are marrying somebody and taking that person to prison. To prison. So the priests present here, the conversation before marriage should touch a bit of money. In my clan, it's very solid there. When you come for introduction ceremony, the money element is on the table. And that is almost about it. That's what we talk about. Because we don't want our youth to be trapped in the seductive embrace of mediocrity and poverty. It's difficult to liberate a slave when he's already falling in love with his captivity. It's difficult. So at the stage of getting married, we need to see that. When most of our fathers and the guys who are older than us here, they know very well that you would not get married unless you are a man. So some of the functions we are holding here, we are supposed to be taken to court. Because child abuse. We have a man who has a beard, but he's still a child. Why? He has no land, he has nothing productive. That he has done. Remembering Archbishop Lwanga means saving, enterprise, investment, and creating intergenerational wealth. The counseling that goes on before marriage, or even the celebration of 5 years anniversary in marriage, 10 years anniversary in marriage, should involve something more. A family trust. A family trust. Taking your family into generations. Our chairman, Kasozi, has everything now. He's going to have a family constitution. He's going to have what it takes to have a family trust, and so. I'm very sure our leaders here, the distinguished members of the clergy, would love to have Catholics that live with focus, with cohesion and dynamism of the future. Those of you who are age 32, you are supposed to have died. So when you are age 32, really having a family trust is key. What age did Jesus pass on? Die. So if God himself died at that age, what right do you have to go beyond? Really? When you think about it. So you can see that it's a wonderful grace that you are still breathing when you are now 35, 40, 50, and so you are really living by God's grace. So that means there has to be a plan. So when we celebrate 5 years in marriage, 10 years in marriage, please, those of you who are holding the conjugal functions, twist that a bit. If you are a member of the parish council, let's know it. Let it be a moment, and a wonderful moment of pride for you to belong to a parish council. A parish council that changes things and transforms things, like I see in the parish of Gaba. It changes things, creates opportunities, impacts communities, and transforms lives and livelihoods. So, Archbishop Lwanga was not just helping the poor. He created systems that helped them help themselves. Government, the private sector, and faith-based institutions must work together to create sustainable empowerment models, which I'm talking about at the parish level, and not just charity, but lasting economic transformation. Nelson Mandela said, I open quote, overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity, it's an act of justice. Turning our prayers into solutions. Hope is not passive, it's active. Archbishop Lwanga understood that faith must manifest in the real world solutions, and that's what we are talking about now. Our churches must go beyond prayers and sermons. They must be incubators of economic empowerment, centers of leadership development, and havens of social justice. Each parish must have an incubator, must have a startup hub. Because when you finish Mass, you don't just move around. No, you stay near the church, near the parish. There has to be some gainful skill you must be developing. And these days, you can't say you have a degree from Makerere, that's nothing. Because our universities are teaching things that the world is not interested in. I told you that when we interview people, we ask them to tell us, what is it you see we don't see? That is imagination. That's innovation. I don't repeat that I went to the internet, to the website. Nonsense. We already know. So tell us what we don't know. The top 10 companies around the world, the wealthiest, they all have a signpost that says, for you to be given a job here, a degree is not a necessity. You may not necessarily have a degree. What must you have? Imagination quotient. You must be able to create solutions no one has ever created. That's the way the world moves. The Stone Age did not end because Stone Age has run out of stones. No, they were caught up by innovation. We did not, the one who started the electric light did not start it by continuous improvement of candlelight. It was complete transformation, like we call upon the parish councils to do. Bring the spirit of enterprise, saving, investment, and so on. Youth unemployment, moral decay, and corruption cannot be solved by complaints alone. We must act. The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 17, commands us, learn to do right and seek justice. Number 3, building a church and a nation that transforms society. We must not be just members of the Catholic Church. We must be the church in action. We need to have groups at the parish level. We call them faith champions in motion. And these ones visit hospitals, they visit prisons, they visit schools, and so on and so forth. I know one parish, I think the priest there does something very interesting. When S6 leavers, when the time comes for S6 to go, what he does, he gets a bus. And well, most of the doctors say most people tend to die in the morning hours of a Monday, between 1 a.m. up to about 9 a.m. on Monday. Sunday night, you know, so to say. So the trip usually is on Monday. So they arrive very early in the hospital, and they take the children to the ward where people have just died, of HIV/AIDS and so on. Some are about to die, they are coughing, they are covered, they so there somebodies are going to the mortuary. It's still morning. The nurses are saying that one is not going to go on for 2 more days, and so the priest keeps quiet, and it's the doctors there, nurses explain. Then after that, they take them to a ward where, of course, there are people who smoke, they smoke, they are coughing, others, their eyes are closed, and so on, but they look at them also. And then they pass by also the border ward where the border guys are. Then they jump on the bus and they head for Butabika to to look at the young people like them who are mentally disturbed. And some of them, they know them. And they spend some time there, they jump on the bus, and finally close the trip with the Luzira prison. Again, the wing where there are younger people, age 15 to 25. So I asked the priest, how is the situation in the bus when these children are going back to school? He told me, total silence. Lessons have been learned. Faith in campaigns, vocation hubs, God, to work for God. Most of the parents who are here are like, I'm sorry to use the comparison, you are like a child. You know, when you have a child and you are holding the child, and then someone is playing with the child, especially if the child has a piece of bread or a banana. So the person playing with the child usually says, can you give me something? And so on. Then the kid gives the piece of bread to someone. Actually, the kid does not expect you to eat what he has given you. No, actually to hold it a bit and be grateful and return without tampering with it. But most of the parents in the Catholic Church, we send children to do the work of God and withdraw them. So you're going to ask me, you went to Subi Seminary, what are you doing here now? I did not say that all those who go to the seminary become priests. They don't. But we need more and more. That's why each parish has to have a vocation hub. And teaching people about muvubuka, you say, etiquette, ethical behavior, and the life working as a servant of God. So where there is dishonesty, let us create beacons of integrity. As members of the church is in action. Where there is despair, let's plant seeds of hope. And where there is injustice, let us be the voice of the voiceless. The gospel in Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, reminds us that you are the light of the world, and a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Close quotation. Let's make our work visible, seen, and raise the profile without fear of favor. Let's use a multimedia approach. The world is so connected now. Some time back I was talking to Father Cyprian who was here. I said we need digital scientists among priests. We need AI specialists. The Catholic Church is always ahead of the game. AI is not going away. AI is not going to displace people with their jobs, but people with the AI competence will replace them. It's not possible for me to look at the gospel reading and be able to get 6 interpretations on a single day within maybe 15 minutes. So the priests who are AI specialists, we need them. We need data science. In the parish council, we need more and more data science present. We're going to say, how will I go? Do they provide this in Makerere? And so, no, wherever you are, you can study. There are over 16 to 20 learning platforms. And whatever your age is, remember there's no retirement. You are going to retire on the day they put you in a box and take you downstairs, 6 feet. That's retirement. It's only God who has power to retire anyone. The rest is transition. You move from one career to another, from one skill set to another. So the challenge before us, answer the call. Beloved brothers and sisters, as we reflect on Archbishop Lwanga's legacy, let us ask ourselves, will we only remember him or will we continue his work? Will we be passive spectators or active pilgrims of hope? Uganda today faces economic uncertainty, moral challenges, and social injustice. But hope is not lost. Let's stand together with the government, the church, and the business community and all peoples of goodwill to create a Uganda where no one is left behind. If you are a leader in government, be a servant of the people, not a ruler over them. If service to others is beneath you, then leadership is above you. If you are a business leader, run your business with integrity and empower others, transform their lives. If you're a teacher, instill knowledge and values for the next generation. If you're a young person, build your future with faith, hard work, and ethical principles. If you're in the clergy, continue to inspire faith through action. The late Archbishop created the Wekembe Circle. And this Wekembe Circle is one of the biggest circles today. It did not use any funds from anywhere, but they built the muscle from within. I think we can do that. I think at parish council level, we can create what I called the parish investment cooperative. Our leaders, our clergy, our priests, the sisters, the brothers, the laity, especially Saba Kristo and above, the priests, we must figure out a way of having a pension fund. At parish level, we need a pension fund with everything, insurance and so on, covered. Whatever you are doing, we just start with what we have and where we are. We will be able to build something. Let us reject mediocrity, selfishness and complacence. Let us embrace excellence, generosity and purpose. Excellence, generosity and purpose. Those are three. The oldest tribe, I think, I can be corrected, the oldest tribe in the world, I think, are the Jews. And out of 100 Nobel Prizes, the Jews have 50. If you took every 100 Nobel Prizes, Jews have 50. What is their foundation? There are three things. The virtues are three. Temperance, fortitude, and prudence. Three. The Chinese, the Jews, I think, is about 4,000 years. The Chinese are about 3,800 years old. Theirs are those three. Fortitude, resilience, staying power, comeback power. Then you have temperance, controlling yourself in moments of stress, in moments of failure, and in moments where you are getting annoyed. Then prudence, doing what really is right to do at the time you're supposed to do it. There's a family in Italy, in the town of Florence. I think it was 1450. They were merchant bankers, but they ruled the commerce of the Mediterranean, the maritime trade of the Mediterranean for more than 100 years, 150 years. One family in Florence. Their foundation, the foundation of virtues were those three. They produced, if I recall correctly, they produced 4 popes and 2 monarchs. One family. One family. It's a family that is a very big study at universities in the business school. How did they do it? Came back to the 3 virtues: temperance, fortitude, and prudence. Archbishop Cyprian Lwanga once said, we are called not just to live, but to give life to others. This is the essence of being a pilgrim of hope. Hope is when we lift others up. Hope is when we transform our communities. Hope is when we stand for truth and justice. Hope is when we put faith in action. Let us all walk out of this remembrance function tonight, not just as people who attended a memorial service, but as a movement that continues Archbishop Lwanga's mission. May the spirit of the late Archbishop Cyprian Lwanga continue to inspire us. May we be the generation that carries his legacy forward, not just in memory, but in action. Wherever you are, carry hope, plant hope, and become hope. For when we empower others, we give them hope. And when we give them hope, we bring them closer to God. He was looking for his phone, mobile phone. All of you know that we tend to misplace our phones. So the assistant to the Archbishop asked the Archbishop, His Grace, you are back at it again? He was joking. He was asking the Archbishop, back at it again, forgetting your phone and where you've left it and so on. The angels will get tired looking for you. They can't connect to you. So the Archbishop turned to his assistant and smiled. And the Archbishop told the assistant, no, the angels should be looking for my heart because it's always connected to heaven. So even when your phone is off, make sure you have digital connection to God, to your heart. May God bless you all. And may God bless you.
Wow. Wow. Wow.